Hi, I'm Kathy Mills from Short Film Edits, and I'm here with the cast and director from Next Door. How are you today?
We're
Very
so
good.
good.
Yay,
Yeah, what's
that's
going on?
good.
Hey.
Okay, can I just start this with you telling us who you are and what you do or which character you play? Caroline, can we start with you?
Yeah, hi, I'm Caroline. I'm the director of Next Door.
Yep, Justin?
Yeah, I'm Justin Stanek, and I play River.
Nick?
My name's Nick Hermick, and I played Kit.
Sophie?
And I'm Sophie Steele, and I play Hadley.
Exciting. Okay, so Caroline, this is my first question for you. What was your biggest priority when building the tone of Next Door?
My biggest priority was making it feel real, and by making it feel real, that was by making it true to me. So by making Nick and Sophie's character kind of like the alt artsy kids in school felt very true to me. Making Justin kind of confused and overly flirty bisexual also felt very true to me. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to draw from my own true experiences, to again make it feel real.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Okay, Justin, River spends a lot of the story hiding parts of himself. How did you approach portraying that internal conflict?
Um, I mean, I feel like that's kind of like a universal experience, right? I mean, like a lot of people are, I feel like everyone's hiding something at some point, and I think that's a really interesting thing that I like to do in general with like characters is like kind of think about like what they hide in their lives, and obviously this one was like um, kind of like given to you in the script.
Mhm.
But yeah, I kind of just try to pull from experiences in my own life and um, like yeah, just kind of put that into River. So
No, I love that. All right, Nick. Kit is very emotionally open. Was that challenging or more freeing for you as an actor?
I honestly thought it was freeing. Um, I guess there's always like a struggle between I never wanted Kit to feel like a victim or like woe is me. So I kind of try to give him a bit of a bite. And obviously in the script, like he kind of sticks up for himself a few times, and especially like his relationship with River, like is very much so like you're doing this and it's not working and X, Y, and Z. So it was very fun. And I will say, the dynamic with Sophie too, like we hit it off right off the bat. It's my bestie now. Um, and like that was like a whole other side of Kit that was like a really fun and open, playful, kind of like sassier version. So within like the scripts, there was like a huge range of emotions that were able to be hit. So overall, I had a good time with it.
That's good. And I love the friendships that are created within this space
I
because
know,
there's
right?
so many. Yeah, it's so good. All right, Sophie, what do you think Hadley understood about River and Kit before they did?
That they needed to fuck, that they needed to get it out. I don't know, can I say that? Sorry.
I knew that would come
Like,
from you.
hello, sexual tension, like, what are we doing? Yeah, I think everyone feels good after a good romp in the hay. Um, But yeah, I mean, it's so set up perfectly though in the script. Like she has her superpowers. She knows. She can like tell. So I think that she's emotionally intelligent and she can tell when people are attracted to each other in the
Yeah.
body language of which Justin did a very good job of like hiding but yet portraying, you know?
Mm, yeah. Like knowing it, but not saying it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So this is a group one. Caroline, we'll start with you. What do you think makes Next Door stand out from other high school romance stories?
I mean, hmm, I'm gonna think about this for a second. I mean, I can talk about why it stands out to me, and it
Yep.
stands out to me because it connects back to that first question because it's so personal to me. And maybe that is why it stands out, is because it feels more like a personal story. And I can't really speak to other queer YAs that have come out because I've only seen mine, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that's maybe why it stands out and maybe why people are connecting so much to it because there is so much personal stuff in there that I'm not going to get too much into because I want to
Right.
keep my own secrets, but
Absolutely. Yes.
definitely was very personal for me. And also, it was a lot of our first projects too. My first time directing, Justin's first time leading a candy jar, Nick's first time being in a candy jar. Sophie has been in a candy jar before, but not a queer one. That was also our first queer candy jar. So it was all of our firsts. And also Danny, who's my producer, and we miss her today, but love her so much. So I think when it's just the magic of the first time.
Yeah, I love that. What about you, Justin?
Um, for me, I mean, like, obviously, I'm sure you're familiar with like the vertical space, and a lot of times, I can like they have their tropes. But I think Next Door really felt like something that you could just like watch, and like I would see this on Netflix, or like people have like reached out and said like this just felt like a regular movie, which I think is a big compliment, at least to me. Um, and it was just like a and from a personal standpoint, I've done other verticals and stuff, but it was like crazy how quick this cast just like became like a family, and like we were so close. And by the end of the 5 days that we were shooting, it was like, oh man, I'm like leaving my family. So
Yeah, well, that's so important. And I'm with you on that actually, because I've seen a lot of, verticals, and I think that you guys did a fantastic job at still making it vertical, but not bringing too many of those tropes in, if you know what I mean, which I think was really important. Yeah. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, Justin definitely just hit on the point that I was gonna make at the end of his answer, but like the relationships really did feel so real and so like fun and safe. And we really did miss each other. Like we all like sat together for lunch and stuff, and like the last day we were like, oh no, what are we gonna do? It was like hard to say goodbye.
Mm.
And yeah, it was overall like I just feel like there was a lot of trust. I think it was like the first or second shot that we had to do was like the kiss at the end. And when we were trying to do it, I was like, I had never done that before. Like I was giggling so hard. I was like, wait, stop. I said, cut the cameras, I can't get it together. So it was just like overall like a really fun environment, and like it just felt like a playground.
That's so fun. It has to be too. You can't just have the serious set. It has to be fun. So, yeah, I like that. Okay, how about you, Sophie?
I'm just gonna like copy what everyone else said because it's true. Um, but yes, I've shown it to a lot of my friends because they were like, "What is this thing I keep seeing? I keep seeing so much buzz." And I'm just any projects, vertical or not, I'm just kind of weird and I don't like tell people. I don't let them watch it. I just get like the ick. I'm like, "Don't watch me." But I actually showed my friends this and they kind of said the same thing, Justin. They were like, this should be like a Netflix show. Like I want more. Like this was like good to watch. One of my friends now, she's fully hooked on verticals because that was like her first experience watching them. But then also, yes, the just the camaraderie and it's just easy. You have to be a good actor, obviously, and have the chemistry, but we didn't even have to act, so that
Mhm.
was fun. And then when you're not worrying about that part, I feel like then it lets you play, and then you get even more stuff because you feel free to try things. And then obviously this cast and crew, or sorry, the crew was also amazing. So I think I said that in my first interview of I just felt so at ease because everyone wanted to be there and like was doing their job and was doing their job well, that it was, yeah, you could just sit back and enjoy the ride.
It makes it easier when you all know what you want and you're working together without
Yeah.
any hiccups. Yeah, absolutely. And I want more too. And I know that there's more to this storyline that you can bring. So bring me more. All right. Caroline, the story deals with some heavy themes, but never feels overly dramatic. How did you find that balance?
Yeah, I found that balance by kind of leaning into the campiness of it all. Because a lot of what the heavy things were kind of, being a teenager is inherently really embarrassing and really overwhelming and over dramatized. So I felt like kind of leaning into that drama and leaning into those feelings would make them still very real and still hit, but also also take a little bit of the bite out of it. So it could all be digested easier and feel lighthearted.
Yeah, I love that. So Justin, how did you show what River was feeling in scenes where he couldn't openly express it?
Um, I don't like. I think it's just kind of like you're able to kind of drop in, and especially because like Nick was so great as like a scene partner, and like I don't know, you got to think about his like River's perspective. Like he does feel very comfortable with Kit. Like yes, there's all these feelings and this tension and whatever, but like he's someone that's familiar to him, and so especially in this journey with his like coming to terms with his sexuality, like I don't think it would have happened to anyone but Kit in this situation. And so just kind of like, taking the time to like realize where you're at as the character and using that. And I mean, I hope it kind of translated well. I think it did, but yeah.
No, it definitely did. It definitely did. All right, Nick, how much of Kit's personality came from the script versus your own interpretation?
That's a good question. Um, I feel like I guess I sometimes think of it as like like a coloring book. Like the script is like the outline, and then you can color it in however you want.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like I can color within the lines for the most part, but sometimes I like to like use fun colors or different patterns, and so I kind of like to twist things around a little bit. Um, so I feel like I do feel like part of Kit like lived in me. Like I felt like was like, okay, we're revisiting this story. Like I've been here before. Like this was this point in my life, or this was with like this person. So I like to think that like that Kit really was just like me. Um, so yeah, I think that's my answer. It's kind of complex. It's like a hard kind of thing to navigate, but I think that's my answer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Love that. All right, Sophie, Hadley often brings some lightness to the story. How important was that role to you?
To bring the light.
Yes, the comedic and the lightness.
Um, I think I think it's like a needed, that's maybe like a tropey role, but I think it's a trope for a reason because the comedic like friend I think is very needed in the scenes or in like a story because
Mm.
yeah, you have like the levity so that you can have the serious moments between the leads as well.
Yeah, yeah. And I love that your role kind of just because there was some like very emotional moments like we mentioned, and your role kind of just brought some comedic lightness to the story, which kept it, not just deep, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you gotta ride the waves.
Yeah,
So.
which was really good. Yeah. Okay. This is a group question. Caroline, we'll start with you. What responsibility do you feel when telling a story that means so much to a certain audience?
I mean,
Mhm.
I feel like everything keeps coming back to just making it very personal,
Mm,
because all that you can really do in storytelling or with your art or just anything in life is like live in your truth. And I, you know, just wanted to live in my truth and tell the story as truthful to me as I possibly could. And hopefully people will see that and connect with it. And, working with Sophie, Nick, and Justin, every time that I would talk to them about how I see the character or the scene going, we were all able to connect together in ways of how, personally this connects for me, but also personally how it connects for them. So I think that's why this means, this hit so hard with the audience.
Absolutely. Yeah. How about you, Justin?
Can you say the question again? I'm so
Of
sorry.
course, yeah. What responsibility do you feel when telling a story that means so much to a certain audience?
Oh gosh. I mean, I felt so much responsibility. Number one, just like in general, someone taking the chance on me to like lead anything is such a huge responsibility. Two, this was Candy Jar's first queer vertical, which I mean, like Candy Jar, I think is very well respected in the vertical space and for good reason. So like I knew that a lot of people were going to see this and it was really going to affect them, especially like young people that are probably going through similar situations. And I really didn't want it to like, I wanted to do it justice, you know? And I love that there's like all types of representation, like kind of, at least with like sexuality throughout kind of the story. And yeah, I mean, I just, it was like a very pressure filled like situation, but um as you know, like we shoot these really quickly, so you kind of just like you got to get in the mindset and go because you don't have time to worry about it. And I just felt so safe with everyone in the cast, and obviously like with Caroline, she's like an amazing director in person. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, from my opinion, you all did it justice. So it
Oh,
was
thank
one
you.
of my favorites. So I love that. All right. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, I guess like it's true that it happens fast. I mean, I like hopped on the plane and was here, and then I actually did have a few days just to kind of touch base and breathe for a second and like look over lines and stuff. But then when we started, and I didn't have time to think about responsibility, I guess. I was like, I just have to trust that like my experience is relatable and that as long as I'm just like open and just present and try to like, you know, show these scenes for what they're truly saying and what's really going on, that people will watch it and they'll relate to it and they'll feel seen, they'll feel validated, they'll feel, empathetic if it's something that they've never been through, or if it's something that they've been through, then they'll feel like connected and, heard.
Yeah.
So I guess it took a lot of trust just to be present in the moment.
Yeah. And that's so important too. It's really important to be present in the moment. Absolutely. All right, Sophie?
I think for me, this was kind of what we just talked about of I just came into it being like, how can I provide the wave for the flow of how this is going to go of doing the comedic levity. But then also, yeah, the friend for Ket, which that was not even, yeah, not responsibility. That was just easy. That was just, yeah. But on the back end of it, it has been so sweet of just the influx of messages that I've been getting every day of queer people just reaching out being like, I wish I would have had a friend like you, or you've like inspired me to like open up more to people, or yeah, it's just been overwhelming, honestly, how sweet that is to have people say that. um, so yeah, people always trying to find themselves in art, and I'm glad that they could like be inspired or comforted in a way by her like bestie girl character.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's why these stories are so important. And I think we need, like, there is some, but we need like way more of them. There's not enough, I think. So we definitely need more. All right. Justin, did you discover anything about River during the filming that wasn't obvious when you first read the script?
Um, that's a good question. I would say I think so. We did have like one chance, like 1 hour to kind of like rehearse with Caroline, Nick, and myself, and um, we did like the bedroom scene when like after Carrie and Darius like kind of make fun of Kit in
Mhm.
school, and then he's like, "Oh look, I learned this." Um, and so then we kind of were just talking about character and kind of like an arc or like things that you want to bring to it, and I really found because like right like as like a jock or like someone who feels so much responsibility to like be perfect, like you have this like bravado or this performance that you're putting on for people, and I think it was I wanted to, whenever it was just him and Kit, like kind of like let that like mask come down a little bit, um, and just kind of like feel safe, and like even just kind of the tone of his voice, it's like a little bit up when he's like talking with Kit, and like especially when he does something wrong, and just yeah. So I think maybe not necessarily during filming, but during that like little rehearsal process, we kind of got to figure that out, which was cool.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys had time for rehearsal because I know that a lot of the time you don't get that. But I
No.
Mhm.
think in like a storyline, especially like this, it was good that you had that little chance to portray what you wanted to. Um, it just makes everything flow easier during the actual process. So, which is really, really good. All right, Caroline, how much freedom were you able to give the actors to shape their performances?
I mean, I tried to give them the most freedom as possible. I think that we, like, whether it was in callbacks or, a slight little bit of time of rehearsals that we got, I really just kind of told them the shape of the character and then kind of, to use Nick's analogy, let them color in the rest. And as long as we were hitting the major arcs in the scene, I was pretty happy. And I mean, I feel like I gave basically no notes like when we were actually going. I was just kind of letting everybody roll and do their thing. Because the actors are kind of like the head of their character and the head of their department in that way. And they got hired to do their job because they killed it in the auditions. And I didn't want to limit them, especially because we all had like kind of agreed about what the shape of the character was. So really, I was just making sure that we hit every beat. And as long as that was happening, I was pretty stoked.
Yeah, I love that. That's really good. Okay, Nick, what do you think motivates Kit to keep being vulnerable even when it would be easier not to?
Definitely Kit being an artist and feeling emotions very deeply. Our wardrobe designer Kat was amazing. I mean, like if you go back and look at the costumes, like they really are so good.
Mhm.
Um, but like she was putting Kit in like such cool like statement pieces and such like edgy kind of like artsy stuff. And it really was informative of the character. I was like, this is a very artsy person that like definitely, I mean, within the script we know he like plays guitar and like songwriting and stuff, but I feel like Kit like writes poetry and like spends a lot of time in cemeteries going for walks, just like is very kind of like edgy like that and unapologetically like sword in the heart, feels emotions so deeply, and like even when it's easier to walk away, like there's moments where he tries to, but then like River would touch his arm or something, and then it would be that moment of like shit, okay, fine, like fine, fine, fine. So I feel like kind of having, I don't want to say ball and chain because it's not like
Mm.
ultimately a bad thing, but just having that like tick in you that like you just can't help but to love or feel things, definitely whatever chakra that is, Kit leads with. Maybe that's the heart chakra, if that's like not obvious. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get that. I love that. Okay, Sophie, what do you think motivates Hadley's loyalty to her friends?
Um, I think that's a pretty short, easy answer. Kit is a boss ass bitch. And why wouldn't you want to be his friend? Like he's amazing.
True.
So I think that's yeah, pretty easy
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Group question. What do you admire most about, oh, sorry, this is also for you, not a group one. This I have two parts for you. What do you admire most about her?
About Hadley,
Yes. Yeah.
I think um I mean Kit is pretty close. Kit is trying, but I think out of everyone in the cast, I mean, definitely not Carrie or Darius, they're like hard masking. I think she's the only one that's like truly herself and is like unapologetic, not masking. You don't like it, take it or leave it. And I think, kind of what Justin was saying, we're all always hiding something and we're always masking a little bit just as humans. But it was really fun to get to play a character that is so open because usually your characters very yeah, you have to give not depth to say that she didn't have depth, but you know what I mean, of like most characters, yeah, they have their secrets and everything, and I don't think she does. I think she's not really a secret keeper. She says it. So that was
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, and then she's willing to stand up for her friends unapologetically as well. So
Hmm.
I did really love that scene where you
She'll
just stood
fight you,
up for
yeah.
Kit. Yeah, just there was no hesitation from you whatsoever. You just went all in, which was great. Yeah. All right, Caroline, we'll start with you. Which scene felt the most important to you and why?
It was the scene that Justin was just talking about where it's Justin and Kit in the bedroom and Kit is trying to talk to River about the kiss that they had, and River's kind of, downplaying it and trying to ignore the whole topic because it's kind of that moment, which is a really big moment and a really real moment in queer people's lives where you're like, I know that what we have is way more than friends, and you're over here acting like this isn't really what's happening, and it's like really painful. And then when Kit says to him, like, I'm here with you, is like trying to, like, all of that was just very important to me to, like, actually hit these moments. It's really the climax of the whole movie, because instead of River deciding to go along with his true feelings, he decides to hide from them. And then Kit ends up getting hurt, and, you know,
Yeah,
it's a big moment.
it is. Justin?
Um, well, I mean, like obviously Caroline had a good one. I'll give you a different one that I think is also very important. Is just kind of like that like post like hookup scene, kind of just like when they're in the bed talking, and you just like learn so much about like both Kit and River, and kind of like why he is the way that he is. Underneath like the few facts that you get, beforehand, and just kind of like how caring of a person like Kit is, and like he's very sure of himself, and he's not going to let himself get stomped over, but it was nice to kind of see him soften a little bit in that moment as well, and like kind of, I don't know, take the lead in that scene, which is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that scene was important because it allowed Kit to realize those feelings weren't new for you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just like also just like how profound it is for like River to just be like did what he just did,
Yeah.
and then also be okay with it, and like be able to talk about it, and like I don't know, it's just like it's such a, yeah, it's a great scene, and then also like Carrie clutching her pearls after is just awesome.
What's that about? Oh, all right. Nick, how about you?
Yeah, my favorite scene 100% is after River punches Darius and
Mhm.
they're in the bedroom with the first aid kit. I thought the energy of that scene was so important to the relationship. It felt almost it for me, at least at the beginning, it felt almost kind of comedic. Like it was like you really just punched someone, and now we're sitting here at the first aid kit, and like you're still not gonna tell me how you feel, but I think I know how you feel. And I feel like that was Kit able to be like, I feel like the ball's maybe in my court a little bit more than it's in your court right now because you're kind of doing some dumb things, and I don't know. It was just that scene was so fun to do, and I really love the dynamic that they have in that scene. I have to give an honorable mention to the scene with Hadley in the bedroom where Sophie said you have to kiss
Hmm.
Oh, a
enough
lot of
frogs to
frogs
find
to
the
find
cake.
the gays. Yeah.
Yes.
I, my reaction was real. I after that take, I said, "Is that the line?" If that was the line, I had no idea. I still don't know if she made it up or if that was in the script. I
No,
thought I
that
read
was
this.
in the script.
And then I didn't hear it until you said it. I was that will
A
always
good
be
line.
that was a good one for
It was
sure.
a good line. So, with Kit, do you think that what motivated Kit to keep going in this relationship is because River was kind of giving him clues without actually showing it? Like you were picking up clues from him without him saying it. Do you think that's what kept you going?
Yeah, there were definitely clues there, even though Kit so badly wanted to be like, "Stop it, that's not right, you're wrong." But Hadley was like, "No, he only talks about you," and you
Mm.
know, and then the scene with the playing card and everything, like, Kit, I feel like so badly wanted to be like, "It's not real, it's just in your head, walk away, it'll be so much easier." But back to that whole ball and chain thing, like, if you give a mouse a cookie, he started sniffing out some things. Right. It was more and more fun. And then like the first aid kit scene was like you really just punch someone.
Mm.
Um, yeah, like I said, it was almost kind of funny, but
Yeah,
that's my interpretation. So
love that. How about you, Sophie?
Well, first I'll say honorable mention. I thought you were gonna say this. When we were in the chapel, me and Nick were on something. I think it was like the end of the day. I got released from set. I got called back to set. We were giggly gang in that there's so many outtakes of that scene of just whack ass shit that we did. Um, yeah, so that one was fun. But I'd have to say my favorite scene, like overall, is the end scene. I think
Mhm.
that's just such a perfect button, like a serenade, like 10 Things I Hate About You. So it was cutesy good, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I love that scene too. Okay, another group one. So, Justin, we'll start with you for this one. What do you hope audiences take away from this story after watching it?
Oh, I wish you didn't start with me for this one. No, just kidding. I hope they take away. I don't know, just this is like a love story, and like love is normal no matter what way you're seeing it or who it's between. Like love is just so pure and um yeah, and also just kind of like be yourself. Like there's no point in trying like stop wasting your life. Like just be you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so important. All right, how about you, Caroline?
For me, obviously, love whoever you want to love and feel, safe and secure in that. But on like a more magical, whimsical note, is really just to follow your dreams. Like I played a lot with Kit's wishes throughout the movie of like in the beginning with Hadley talking about like, are you not wishing for him to like be your first kiss? And then the eyelash moment happens and we have the lens flare and then they actually kiss and the lights all explode and everything. So, and just a really, less serious, more whimsical way. Follow your dreams because you never know what could happen and it could, magic could ensue.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, Nick, how about you?
yeah, these questions have me back in Kit mentality. So like thinking about the takeaways, I feel like if you relate to Kit, if you watch it and you see yourself as Kit, because I do think that there's someone for everyone. If you see yourself as a Kit, then like some things are just water under the bridge. Imperfection is overrated. And like, you can just take a deep breath and roll the punches. And as long as you're a good person and you're trying, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Sophie?
I think everyone said all the ones that like need to be said of yes, obviously how I think important the message of is for this and it's important for people to be able to relate and see themselves portrayed as characters. So I'll say, not on obviously this level, but I love when indie or kind of like how Obsession was just like such a surprise of how much everyone loved that and how good it was. I think same thing of like this gives me like a sense of hope almost of like, wow, indie and non-union and stuff like this can be really good, and there are really good actors out there that make good art, not on
Yep.
like a huge crazy budget or huge crazy set.
Yep. I agree. I agree. Okay. Bye. He likes pressing buttons. He's like, this is fun.
I looked it
Bye.
up, but I wanted to clap.
All right, so this one's another group one. So Nick, we'll start with you with this one. Was there a shot that was like more challenging for you to film?
Yeah, I think that the funny short answer was the first day of set that me and Justin had to kiss. I had the giggles. Like that was hard to just be like, "Hi, how are you?" Like we have to kiss now, and
Mhm.
everyone's gonna watch, and it's gonna be silly and fun. So that was hard, just because I get the giggles. But I guess like emotionally, a scene that was hard. Um, Obviously the sex scene was very intimate, and that was challenging in its own way. Again, that was conquered. That was fine. Um, I guess probably the scene that Caroline was talking about earlier, um, where River's playing the guitar and kids trying to talk about the kiss.
Mhm.
Um, that was kind of hard to be like, this person feels maybe a little bit immature,
Mhm.
and I'm really like seeking to relate to someone, and I'm feeling not seen. But I don't want to just like lash out and get angry, or I don't want to just sit here and cry. Like it took a few like pats on the back to kind of figure that out, and Caroline guided us through it. But I think that was probably the hardest.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Sophie?
For what was the most challenging bit? Is that what your question was?
Yeah. So was there a scene that you found was a bit more challenging for you?
Honestly, no. I had it like the boys had to do all the heavy lifting. Like I was just like show up and like ah. Um, a silly thing maybe is I think it was the first day of shooting, and just for like where they put the frame, which it looked amazing, so obviously, but right by like the tree when I had to come talk to Kit,
Mhm.
I had to walk up on roots with these like huge stiletto boots. And so several times like I almost died. So that was challenging.
Oh gosh. These shoes, I've heard a lot about the shoes in many interviews. The shoes. Yep. All right. How about you, Justin?
Um, kind of to piggyback off of Nick, so like the like makeout scene and then like the post makeout scene, we block shot.
Hmm.
So all the shots that you see from one side, we did that all at once. So it was kind of hard to like go from like intense makeout and then into like this like soft, like pillow talk, spilling all your secrets thing, and then go right back to it. And like um that was challenging for sure, but it was really fun actually. And then I think also another one that was tough was so the last scene when I sang, I originally like sang it live, and it was our first shot of the day at like what, like 7 a.m. was what our
Hmm.
call. So like I had no voice. Like Nick and I drove to set together, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, dude. Like I'm doing a vocal warm up right now.
Yeah.
Um,
I was
I'm like,
playing my split. I had it so easy.
yeah, I'm like at like 6 a.m. Like I pick him up. I'm like, okay, we got to do this. So that was
Yeah.
funny. Luckily we got to go in and like re-record after that. But yeah, that was definitely challenging as well.
Yeah. Look, no one has a voice like that at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's just
Yeah,
not
it was tough.
possible.
It was tough. Yeah.
No. So with those camera positions that you were talking about, do
Yeah.
you find that happens a lot in verticals, or was it just this particular project?
I that's happened to me in every like vertical or horizontal.
Okay.
I think just like it saves time, and like in any type of entertainment, like time's money. So if you can do that, and like I felt confident in being able to do that, I think Caroline felt confident in us being able to do that. So yeah, it was fun. It was interesting, and yeah, I think it turned out really well. I don't think you're able to tell that we did that. So
And it's good because every vertical, I think, gives you like a different learning process, because maybe you wouldn't have
yeah.
learnt that in traditional film because they, do things differently.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, that's another thing. It's like so like about verticals is like you learn so much and like you have to absorb it.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's like it's awesome and I know some have their stigmas about like vertical land, but I think it's great. It's awesome and had only great experiences and learned so much and met like the most amazing people and talented people. So
Absolutely. All right. How about you, Caroline?
The hardest thing to shoot?
Yeah.
It was definitely the last scene of the movie, 100%. It's a very long scene that takes place over multiple areas, with the entire cast and background. And we had 3 hours to shoot it. I was very lucky to have my awesome Steadicam op, Adishola, really help us out with that. But yeah, that scene was just technically very difficult because there were so many moving pieces. But getting a Steadicam in there really helped us out a lot. And I think it's what makes it feel so cinematic at the end, being able to move around with the camera and be with Justin and be with the groups of people as they watch and um, walk and talk with Hadley, move with Kit over to where River's singing. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
tough though. 3 hours is not enough time to shoot that scene, but we did it.
Yeah. So what was the time constraint on that one? Was it like the lighting or location or?
No, it just that's how these move. These move very quickly. 3 hours is a long time to shoot a scene in vertical land.
Yeah.
So that's just it.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. All right. Another group question. So, Nick, we'll start with you. If you had a couple of more episodes, is there anything you'd like to add to the story that wasn't there?
Whoa. Well, I hope there are a couple more episodes to add stuff.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I mean, I think honestly, I think that Kit and Hadley are so special. I'd love to put them in an art class or something. Let's just like, let's let them do another scene. I just love doing scenes with Sophie. Every single time I was just laughing. I was like, I can't even get through it. So, put me on screen with her again, please. That's my
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, I love that. What about you, Sophie?
This was actually discussed on set. It became like a little joke between me and Carrie's character, Bella, actually. Oh, bye, Nick. Um, he said bye. Um, but yeah, it became a little running joke between me and her of how she actually also has the internalized like homophobia and is so hateful because she is really into Hadley. So we had that kind of like backstory going. And then we were joking that it would be called our sequel would be called like next room or something. Do you
Two
remember,
doors
Justin?
down.
two
Two
doors
doors down or
down.
something. Yes, because it would be like if we went to college and we end up being like roommates in college or something. But then obviously we would need Nick and Justin to go to the same college so they could be in it. And yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm mapping out the next storyline here. You get this? Justin, what about you?
I think I would have. Mm, I don't know. I think it would have been nice to like. Obviously, I like where the story ended, but it would be nice to kind of see like River and Kit just kind of like moving through life, like as a couple. Also, maybe just some like some scenes like with my mom, just because like she's such an important reason as to like why I am the way I am and why I'm so like scared to come out, and that's obviously societal pressure, but mainly because I'm like I don't want my mom to like deal with the implications of that too. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. How about you, Caroline?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. We have to move through the heartbreak part so quickly in this movie, and so to be able to be with like Kit and Hadley when River kind of, rejects him at school in front of Carrie, to be with that for a little while, I think would be really nice. And yeah, also to see more of River's outside relationships. So like seeing his relationship more with Hadley, or I'm sorry, with Carrie and Darius, and also his mom, I think would help a lot with character growth for both of them.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. All right, I think I know Nick's answer to this question, but I'm going to ask anyway. What's your funniest moment on set?
Uh, yeah, probably either a tie between the chapel scene with Hadley where the outtakes were just ridiculous, or the kiss a lot of frogs to find the cave. I feel like Justin was doing some dumb things though too. Like
What was in the chapel, but yes, I
I have
remember
to.
that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wait,
No, I feel like I don't know. I had the giggles and I had to kiss Justin. I like. It just made me. I think I laugh when I get nervous, and I was like,
Oh, that's so funny. All right, what about you, Sophie?
Oh yeah, that's easy. Definitely, yeah, the chapel was the funniest. The
Yeah.
funniest. Actually, though, it was the first scene that we shot. It was the outside scene, and I had to go up to the on the bench to act like I was kissing Justin, or
Mhm.
going to kiss Justin. And we like didn't really know each other yet, and I was just saying like the wackest things to this man, poor guy. I was like, is this an HR violation? I definitely violated HR. Just
no, she was. And then Caroline was like, okay, hey, like maybe could you like talk about like as if you were talking about Kit? Like just in case we decide to use the audio, because so funny.
I would
Oh
just
my
walk
God.
up and say crazy things. I was trying to make him laugh, honestly,
About
but
that. That was
he has a
so
good
funny.
poker
Oh my
face.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Because the
Oh,
client was there too. So like that was
oh.
hilarious.
Oh, I did not know that.
He
Yikes.
loved it. It was great.
Okay,
But he was
good.
like, maybe you want Hadley to talk to River about like Kit.
Kit,
I don't know. I was like, this
right.
is so funny. What do you mean?
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
think with
funny.
Sophie, when she goes into something, could just add like a little warning label at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so a scene that you were not particularly in, like I know you guys were in a lot of scenes together, but is there a particular moment from a different character that you really enjoyed? Justin.
Yeah, literally anything with Sophie Steele in it.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
like I loved being behind the camera and just like watching. I was having like a particularly hard time winking. Um, I forget what like the opening scene basically, but I was like, even when I did it, I was like, I didn't hit that right, but it is what it is, and I was like kind of disappointed in myself because it's just like a long day and like had a shirtless scene later, and so I was like worried about that, and then I just turn around and like it's just like Sophie, just like she's so funny and. Like everything she said was hilarious, and then she'd ad lib, and I'd be like, "How did you think of that? Like, it's so good." So yeah.
Oh, I love
Also,
that.
wait, funny little tidbit. I accidentally called Sophie, Sophie Stone, like to the point where I put her contact in my
Forgot my
phone as
name.
Sophie Stone, and I called her Sophie Stone to her face, and she didn't say anything. And I said, and I forget how it came up, but I was like, "Your name is not Sophie Stone," and she's like, "No." Um, yeah, so that's one of my biggest regrets of film that
You figured
I
it out. You figured
I
it out.
yeah, I misnamed Sophie, so.
Yeah, but you've got like one person who I find is very forgiving at that kind of thing, so you were lucky there.
Oh yeah, she's great. She's amazing.
Yeah. How about you, Sophie?
A scene that I wish. Oh, I mean, all I feel like I was watching it because I wasn't there for some of the filming, just days I wasn't there. So when I actually like watched the film, I was like, oh my God, like look at all this stuff happening. like the pool scene, that was so fun. And I mean, I maybe that would be weird if like I was like there just watching the bedroom scene, but I liked that one. And but honestly, I'd have to say the top was the Carrie moment when she like got in your face. I thought that was so fun when she's like, "I will end him." Like
Oh, the one where she's like, "I will ruin that twink's life." I was like,
yes.
I was like, that was my moment where I was like, "That's in the script."
Oh, some of these scripts are quite out there, as you guys know.
No, it
So,
was great. I love that. It was awesome.
She would say that though, like Carrie was,
Yeah,
yeah.
she would. So would.
yeah. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, well, it's so funny because you can read the script unlimited times, but when you hear it come from the other person, you're like, wait, what? But yeah, I think the pool scene, I know that I was in that, but I'm just gonna talk about Justin's performance because Justin was a trooper that day. It
Mhm.
was getting a little chilly, the water was a little cold, and they had Justin in and out of the pool for a while. But there's a beautiful shot after Kit leaves away the camera, or Kit gets up and leaves, and the camera stays on Justin, and it's a really beautiful shot. There's a lot happening behind his eyes, and that really stuck out to me.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Caroline?
My favorite scene?
Yeah. So, like, like, out of everybody, is there a performance that really for you?
I mean, everyone. I feel like I can't really pick. That's
Yeah, it's a
you
hard one
know,
for you.
Do it.
it's super hard. Yeah, I don't know. I think the scene that like really always kind of sticks out to me is the scene where it's the very beginning of the movie and it's the eyelash wish scene. I was like so delirious that day. It was like day 4. I like didn't have a brain. I like wasn't a human. It was crazy, but I remember shooting that scene and it like clicked. I was like, "Oh, this movie is working. This is like really exciting." Because I'm sure y'all all remember I was by day 5, I had no brain. I was having to get driven to set because I was so
Oh,
delirious. But anyway, so that scene is when I felt also because the client was so sweet, like came over and was like, I had tears in my eyes, like this movie is awesome. And it really clicked that like, wow, this is working.
yeah. I have two more questions. If you could go back and relive one of those moments again, which one would you pick? Sophie, we'll start with you.
Like a moment from set? You mean
Yeah.
like a moment from
Or
the whole
set
thing?
all the, like, either behind the scenes or on the film.
I am gonna do what I want, and I'm gonna pick two. There was a time, I think Justin said it, where we were all just out having lunch, and it was just like a cast lunch table, like all the cast just around the table, and we were eating lunch by the pool. And that was, we weren't filming, I guess. I don't know if it even counts, but that was just like a beautiful moment where I was like, oh, this is like what I think most actors strive to do is like you want to be on set and yes you want to work, but like I think creatives, we pick this career because it's so fun. It's like a drug. It's so enticing, and even and it's the best because even working, it doesn't feel like working. And so I was like, wow, I'm like at work right now, but like this is heaven. This is amazing. And then exact same type of feeling when we wrapped. It was my last scene, and it was me, Caroline, Danny, Justin, and Nick all in the kitchen, and we were just like, "Who's gonna eat the Cinnabons?" And it was just like a
We had
very bittersweet moment
on
because it was like my
pain.
last day. Yeah. So that was also like a lovely moment of just looking around and being like, "Wow, almost imposter syndrome of like I get to be around these lovely, amazing, creative people, and that's awesome."
Absolutely. Yeah. What about you, Nick?
The party scene where he played Suck and Blow, we got to sit in a circle for, oh, I took Justin's and
And
he's
just goof
mad.
off.
Oh, pick something else. I'll half answer it. You can answer the other half. We
No,
we were just sat in a circle and it was really fun. I couldn't get the car. I was so bad at Suck and Blow. Like we probably lost like an hour and a half time on set of me just trying to do it right. But go ahead, Justin. You tell on or
No, it's fine. Keep going.
I don't know. I
Take your moment.
you felt a way about it, so go ahead.
Well, I will say the party scene just because that night also we made so many TikToks.
Oh my
And
God,
if you
yes.
know me, if I'm on set, I love making a TikTok. Like it's so fun. And like we did like Euphoria, we did like some heated rivalry ones, we did what like emo girl just because yeah, it was so fun. Oh yeah, SpongeBob. Well, no, I think that was last night, but it was so awesome and also just like the lighting, like everything looked so cool. We had like extras in and like a lot of times when you have extras like on set, like you don't necessarily get to interact with them just because like you're shooting and then you're doing something else and like you don't have time to like chit chat in between takes a lot of the times. But we had such a good time like because everyone was in a circle doing like the whole suck and blow scene and like it was great talking to all of them and yeah, it was just fun. I don't know, it was so fun. It felt like a real party. And then we had I don't know if you've seen there's like a picture of like all the cast like we just like all like hugged because like that was our last time all together, I think.
Yes,
And
I think Caroline sent me that photo. Yeah.
yeah, oh my gosh, it was awesome because it was like what the heck? Like how did this happen? We got so lucky. So
Yeah. No, I love that. How about you,
sorry for
Caroline?
saying it.
It's like
Aww.
That yacht of you.
it's like it's so impossible to pick because it was I've been wanting to direct for so long, and I started out as an actor, and then I moved to a script supervisor, and that was my first directing job that I had been clawing tooth and nail to get. And so it was just so like such a surreal moment. And I was like living in it with Danny, my producer, who also had been clawing to be a producer, and we're like we just kept looking at each other and being like we're making a movie, oh my God, like this is really happening. And for it to have just everybody was having the most fun, everybody was like no drama, no anger, no like it was I don't know, it was just like so beautiful and awesome, and for it to be like the first time, and I'm so grateful that that was my first time. But yeah, just to in general be able to relive that feeling of like, okay, I've been wanting to do this. This is my first time and it's working out and like really well and everybody's so amazing and great and yeah, so just the whole thing, honestly, I really can't pick.
Yeah. And for it to be on Candy Jar too, I find Candy Jar Productions so much better than I just love them. As I spoke
Yeah.
to Sophie about before, like Candy Jar is one of my favorite apps just for the production value alone. And just to throw it out there, you guys are the reason I signed up for a year of Candy Jar. Okay. So
Love
That's
Wow.
sending them an
awesome.
email right now.
yeah. All right, my last question. This is more individual. So, Sophie, I've already asked you this one, so I'll ask you again so that the other guys can have a think about it. Is there anything you want anyone to know about you or your work?
Ooh. Um, well, I guess I'll say the same thing. I do have a podcast and it's really fun, and that's like a fun fact I have about myself. Um, I also have fallen into writing and I really like that and that's fun. Um, and then yeah, lately though, my last like four things I've done, I've fallen into casting.
Mm.
And that's been like a weirdly fun thing that I did not want to do or expect to do. But yeah, that was cool to like see it from an actor perspective, and I feel like it's made me a better actor of like, oh, this is like what stands out in a tape and this is what I can do. But also I love anything creatively adjacent. So it's cool to have the job to like get to sit through and watch people be creative.
Yeah, I love that. I really love that. All right, Caroline, how about you?
Um, yeah, I guess can you explain the question again one more time?
Yeah, is there anything you would like people to know about you or your work?
Oh yeah. So I'm working on a couple of short films, working on getting them funded. So be on the lookout.
Hmm.
I have another candy jar coming out at the end of the month, which is very exciting. And hopefully more are to come. But yeah, just very excited to be in the writer director space because that's where I've wanted to be for the past 8 years. And finally here. So I'm really grateful that everyone is responding so well to my first movie. It's really
I love
great.
that. Yes, no, I love that. And send me those stuff when you get them because I'll promote them as much as possible.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
yeah. All right, Justin, how about you?
Um, ah, I don't know. I mean, I guess just like that, I really am so grateful that I am doing this. I mean, this has been like my goal for pretty much my whole life, and I went to college not for acting because I thought it wasn't in the cards, and I just couldn't say no. I couldn't give it up, and I moved out to LA like 10 months ago, last August, and it has just been like the most amazing experience, and just has solidified how much I love just like creating art and like getting to know like these amazing people. Like it's so cool to like I don't know. La La Land is one of my favorite movies, and I just feel like I'm just like living my La La Land moment at the moment.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, and
that's
it's
so
so
good.
awesome. Yeah, and I just hope that I can do this for the rest of my life. So.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay, Nick, how about you?
Sure. I feel like I'm an outcast at heart. I always say me and my friends are like the land of the misfit toys. That's just where I resonate. That's where I see myself. That's how I feel as a person. And I love it. It's awesome. And on another hand, I just moved to Los Angeles. I loved working for Candy Jar. It was like best thing ever.
Mhm.
And I'm so excited to keep pushing along forward and see whatever happens next, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. And I'm with you there. It's okay to be a misfit. It's okay not to be like everybody else.
So nice to be a misfit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we can live there. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming on and having this interview with me. I really appreciate it. I loved hearing more about this film. So thank you.
Yeah, thank
Ew.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime, anytime. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will speak to you again soon.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.